6'4" lockdowns are running NBA 2K25. You can get every single steal like you're a defensive back. These lanes are ridiculous. And not only that, but a 64 3 ball is more than enough to green from anywhere on the floor. And you're pretty bumpy on defense, and you can shut down the other team's offense at will. So let's start this build off at shooting guard. We're gonna start off at 6'4", 235 pounds with a 7-foot wingspan. Now we went 235 so we can get that 92 strength, so make sure you do 235. Okay, so up first for our finishing category, we are going to go with a 74 close shot. Now, as I'm going up with these, you're going to see other categories start to move. As you can see, the mid-range and free throw and vertical went up because I have a 74 close shot. But pay attention to these. I'm actually mid-maxing it, so I try to do the bare minimal in my finishing here. That way I can use stuff in other categories. Then our driving layup is going to go to a 55. This is actually strictly because of our ball handle that we end up with. And then our driving dunk is going to be a 60. This gives us the Klay Thompson dunk packages as well as the 65 standing dunks, so we get the pro standing dunks. Then we're going to get a 42 post control, and that's going to do it for our finishing category. We don't have much finishing badges to work with. The finishing on this build does do very well. As you can see in the gameplay, we are able to get our stand dunks on back doors, and we're still able to dunk the ball on the fast break. So overall, the finishing is more than enough to get us by, but this build's going to excel more on the defensive side of the ball since we are a lockdown defender. So for our shooting, we're going to go with a 89 mid-range. Now this is important. As you can see, when I slowly tick this up, I get a silver deadeye at 85. We definitely want to have that 85 midi, but I'm going to go all the way up to 89. Why? Because that gives me gold set shot specialist, which allows me to knock threes down consistently with a 64 3 ball. That's right. I said consistently. I was going 5 for 6, 4 for 4, 5 for 10, like all over the place, at least shooting 50% with a 64 3 ball. And then what I do is I put my +1 for tier 1 badges, and I get Hall of Fame set shot specialist. Trust me here, guys, a 64 3 ball you can green with in NBA 2K25. As you can see in this shooting gameplay, I am hitting shots from everywhere on the floor, from the top of the key, from the corner, from the wing. It literally doesn't matter. I'm able to pick and pop. I'm able to knock down shots on the break. If I play the twos, people can isolate and hit me in the corner for the threes. I am so confident that I can green every shot on this build. I'm literally shooting anything. I'm shooting in people's face because I have silver deadeye. Oh, you want to close out on the 3 ball? I'm able to go and knock down a fading mid-range. This build is so good on offense. You would think with a 64 3 ball that we would be a major liability, but that is not the case. You're able to shoot consistent with the right jump shot. If you guys don't have a jump shot, hey man, I just posted a jump shot video for literally every single height in the game. 2 jump shots for builds 6'5" and under, 2 jump shots for builds 6'5" to 6'9", and 2 jump shots for builds that are 6'10" or taller. So if you need a jump shot, check out my video on my channel. Go show it some love. Drop a like if you find it helpful. Let's get into the next category though. That's going to be passing. Now we are going to go with a 55 pass accuracy on this build. Now we went with a 55 because we do get that bronze dimer, and it gives us decent enough passing animations to get us by as a lockdown defender. We don't need crazy pass accuracy because we don't have the ball in our hand that much. Now for ball handle, we're going to go with a 70 ball handle. This actually only went up because of our speed and agility, but we will get to that here in a second. For speed with ball, we are going to go with a 75. This gives us silver lightning launch. That way when we catch the ball on the fast break or on the wing, we're able to still get by our defender and use that Klay Thompson driving dunk package and take our open dunks. The speed with ball is very useful on this build, but this is not where this build shines. Playmaking, as far as playmaking gameplay goes, this build is good enough to get your passes. You're going to be fast enough off the dribble to get your dunks, and that's about it. This is a lockdown defender. You're meant to play your role. There's not much playmaking going on with a lockdown defender. But now let's get into the biggest category for this build, and that is defense. Now, the first thing that's going to jump at you is this 99 perimeter defense. Legend challenger, legend on ball menace. Oh yeah, and we get Hall of Fame pick dodger. This build is a demon. Then in the steal category, you're gonna push that all the way up to a 91, which is going to give us gold glove and gold interceptor. We will eventually cap breaker this category, but for now, we're gonna go with gold glove, gold interceptor on our lockdown defender. Then for our block, this is going to go up to a 68. That will give us high flying denier. So to get that high flying denier, we're gonna go down here to our vertical and we're gonna set this to a 72. And then we're gonna move our strength all the way up to a 92. And then our speed will go up to a 90. So now as you can check out our categories, we now get Legend Immovable Enforcer because of our 92 strength. And then we also get Legend Off-Ball Pest. Oh yeah, and then we get our Bronze High Flying Denier. Now we're gonna finish this off with a 80 interior. We are 6'4", so we wanna make sure that we can still get stops in the paint whenever those big men catch the ball in the slip and we are stuck in the paint. Also, when we are guarding isolation players and we want to be able to stop them at the rim when they're trying to meter dunk us or just simply mash us because we are 6'4". Now we're sitting with an 80 interior, 99 perimeter D, 91 steal, and a 68 block. This build is an absolute dominant force on defense. We are looking like a defensive back in the lanes. We get every single steal whenever people are trying to throw the ball in our direction. And then on top of that, that 99 perimeter defense, those gives us those Hall of Fame and Legend badges. That Legend Challenger, that Legend On-Ball Menace, that Legend Immovable, and that Legend Off-Ball Pest. Those are a major force to be reckoned with. You're able to stop ball handlers in their tracks and force them in the direction you want them to go. To maybe force that bump steal with your gold glove. You're able to get so many bump steals. You can force him to whatever side of the screen you want him to go to because you have that Legend Immovable Enforcer. This build is so strong. It's like those 6'8" burly locks from other 2Ks that you know and loved. This build is a freak of nature on defense. This is where it really shines. 60 rebound does give us that bronze rebound chaser that you saw earlier. Bronze rebound chaser and bronze box out beast, which is more than enough for us to just get that box out, wait for our center to come down and snag the board. But we do have that 68 block and that 80 interior, which will give us stops in the paint. Now, the next thing we need to do is upgrade our free throw to top this thing off. So that way, in in-game scenarios, when we catch the ball in the perimeter and we get fouled, we're able to knock down our free throws. So we are gonna finish this off with a 77 free throw, which will be more than enough for us to knock down free throws in the rec and pro-am, and even when we're in those theater game modes that involve free throws. We're gonna get shades of Michael Cooper, Alex Caruso, and Herbert Jones. With the build name two-way mid-range specialist, we're looking like an absolute monster. Look how burly this build is. If you guys stay tuned to the end of the video, I'm gonna have some defensive settings that might be helpful for your lockdown defenders. Now, when you guys are on your controller settings for NBA 2K, make sure your pro stick defense is set to absolute. Your box out assist strength is set all the way to 100. And now who to guard will be a personal preference. I personally would leave mine on. If you guys found this video helpful, make sure you guys subscribe and drop a like for you, boy. We will see you in the next one. Peace.